The other one, obviously, is Lawrence Okolie, the most high-profile departure in recent times, and he wasn't coming off a loss. It wasn't his best performance against Matty Askin, but Matty Askin was rated as the best British cruiserweight, and he beat him fairly clearly in the end. So, was it a surprise to you that things between you didn't quite pan out after that?
It is a surprise. I mean, I got Lawrence from nobody knowing him to an Olympics, amateur, European amateur, getting signed for Matchroom. 10 undefeated fights, Commonwealth champion, British champion, international champion, and obviously seen it's not good enough, you know, so if it's not good enough, good luck to you.
Do you think it's a reaction, I mean you can't see inside his head, but do you think it's a reaction to the criticism he got about the style in which he beat Askin?
I think that is part of it. There's a lot of pressure that's on these young fighters, and if I'm not there with him, like I wasn't there in America, it's easy for someone to get in his ear and have an influence on him, you know, and that's probably what's happened, you know, but that's his path. I can wish him all the best, you know, and I've just got my work and I'm going to carry on with it.
Before we move on from him, just one last question. What have you made of all this social media stuff that started between him and Dillian Whyte? Like, to your knowledge, you've known Lawrence for longer than anyone. Had there been, like, anything issue between them in the past, or is this just completely new?
None at all. I mean, I was there when they sparred. That was about 4 years ago. They sparred each other regular. And it's completely opposite to how I know Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence Okolie is the kind of person that if you say something to him, then he might get his back up. But for him to instigate something, especially if it's someone that's not his weight, is completely out of character. I can't understand it myself.
And the clip that he posted, like 20-second spar or whatever, was that reflective of all the spars you've seen? Because obviously you've seen him do loads of rounds. Was that reflective? Was Lawrence generally getting the better of things, or was it he just posted something that makes him look better?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on the spar, because what happens in the ring stays in the ring in sparring. Just like with when he originally came and hit the scene, there was videos out about him knocking down Anthony Joshua. You know, what happens in the gym stays in the gym. All I'm interested in is about he does his work in the gym and he performs on the night.
And let's talk about your current stable. Who have you got the highest hopes for? I know it's hard to pick one person out. I guess Dan Aziz seems to be quite the most advanced at the moment. Is that fair?
Dan Aziz, Muev Fazaldin, also Michael Elliott, all of them really. All of them, and my son Dudley. I've got high hopes for all of them.
Are you happier when you've got just a handful of fighters, or do you like to have a really busy gym? I mean, this gym's always busy, but do you like to have a busy stable? Yeah,
I like to work with a team that's equals. So if I've got a young 10-year-old, a young 14-year-old, and I've got a champion, I like to think that they're all equal. That's the kind of stable I like.
Is it hard to maintain that stance when one of the fighters is your son, though? Because where does kind of trainer end and dad begin, kind of thing?
It's not really hard, no, because I mean, if my son didn't fit in, then it would be awkward. You know, so they've all got to find their little space to fit in.
I spoke to him earlier and he was saying about how he trains every day, and he said sometimes you let him still do like modelling jobs and things like that, but he's got to make up for it later. And I thought it was a great sign of his respect for you that he still says you let him do it. He's like 29 years old and he's still like looking for your permission. I thought that was a really classy thing.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, it's a mutual relationship kind of thing. He respects me and I respect him. He respects me to be able to put him through the paces that he needs to be put through, and I respect him that whatever he's got to do, he's going to make sure he's focused and determined and does the job.
Well, we really appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck, whatever Dudley's next move is. I know we can't say at the moment, and with the rest of your stable as well.
Come back in about a month, and I'll tell you.
We'll be here, 100%.